Happy Wednesday to you. Welcome to the midweek and welcome to another edition of 5 Minutes with Phil. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're going to take a look at another one of those small books in the Bible that you maybe tend to skip over if you're not careful, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of great messages in those little books in the Old Testament, and one of those is the book of Micah. And we are in Micah chapter 6, verse 8. Micah chapter 6, verse 8. And I'm going to start everything by asking this. Have you ever been in a situation, maybe a work situation or some type of relationship, and you have wondered, what is required of me? What are my boss's expectations of me? I've got this supervisor, but what does he want done? And how frustrating is it when you don't have that communication from the person whom you're supposed to be accountable to? What are my expectations? Well, Micah chapter 6, verse 8 gives us God's expectations of all of us as his followers and as his children. And I would like to share that with you here today. So check out the verse with me. Here's what it says. Know, O people, the Lord has told you what is good, and this is what he requires of you. Here we go. To do what is right, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. So there's three expectations that I believe God has for all of us that we can apply to our lives here in this verse. And let's unpack these, okay? First of all, the first requirement is simple. Let's do what is right. To do what is right. May our actions live up to what the Lord has done for us. If we call ourselves a follower of Jesus Christ, then let our actions and our conduct back that up. And that goes with our words, that goes with the things that we do, that goes with really everything, that we should constantly do what is right. I want to challenge you to be a success privately and publicly. Let's not let either of those become failures in our lives. Here's the second requirement. The first one was to do what is right. The second one is to love mercy. To love mercy. Now, when I think of the word mercy, I think of what God has done for me, okay? In this context, how he has been so forgiving and he has been so gracious to me that he would love me when I have been at my worst, when I've certainly not been at my best. And I think when I read the fact that we're supposed to love mercy, I think that goes two ways. One, we really love and appreciate, we do not take for granted the mercy that God has shown us by sending his son to die on the cross for us. We should never ever take that for granted. We should love the grace and the forgiveness that God's given us. But we should also extend that mercy to other people. So just as Jesus has been merciful to us, we need to be merciful to other people. That includes the people that it's hard to give mercy to. That includes the people that might be a little more difficult in our lives. Let's extend the mercy that we ourselves have received. And then finally, God's expectation for us is to walk humbly with your God, to walk humbly with him. The Lord, I believe, just cannot stand arrogance and conceit. And we should constantly be humble people. There's a lot in the Bible about humility. And I think it's a lost characteristic of a lot of folks when they claim to be followers of Christ. And humility, true humility, is simply seeing who you are compared to Jesus Christ. And that's how we should walk every day, knowing who we are compared to God. And I want to challenge you with that today. So all three of these requirements God expects from us. So let's do what's right, let's love mercy, and let's walk humbly with our God. All right. Have a good day today. We love you. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.